Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Wednesday, 27th November 2024, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. St. Lucia's Julian Alfred commenced her representation of the Helen of the West at the recently concluded World Travel Market in London. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's a service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. St. Lucia's Olympic sprint sensation Julian Alfred has been praised for her comportment at the 2024 World Travel Market WTM. Gina Felipe of HTS News Force reports.
The 23-year-old two-time Olympic medalist sprinter represented the island at the World Travel Market in London, marking her debut as an official travel ambassador for St. Lucia. Tourism Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire also attended the event.
Of course, we hosted the World Travel Market, attended World Travel Market in London, which is one of the largest tourism trade shows. Our featured person was Julian Alfred. As you know, she's a tourism ambassador, and she definitely made us proud. You know, her contribution during that week was outstanding. Not only was she on the stand meeting people, talking about St. Lucia, of course, taking photos. She visited a couple of schools in London, meeting, you know, young people, and the schools themselves having children of St. Lucian descent. She also hosted together with us a number of events for travel agents, for tour operators, and other stakeholders. And I can tell you it's probably one of the best world travel markets that we've ever attended, and St. Lucia certainly starred at that event.
The Olympic sprint sensation's ambassadorship duties did not stop in the UK. She also made appearances at various activities in the US. St. Lucia is working to deepen cultural ties with New Orleans through jazz and carnival.
We also visited New Orleans, where we sought to establish some relationships in a formal way with the city. Of course, we know the similarities between New Orleans and Lucia in terms of culture, history, and we believe there's a lot of synergy between St. Lucia as a whole and New Orleans, and definitely looking forward to collaboration with New Orleans, certainly from the start of jazz next year and carnival next year, and of course further cultural exchanges.
The two-time Olympic medalist is having an outstanding year. Not only did she win the island's first gold and silver Olympic medals at the Paris Games, but she also captured the 2024 ANOC Award for Best Female Athlete of Paris 2024. She also clinched the Caribbean Female Sports Personality of the Year at the 2024 Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committees CANOC Sports Awards. St. Lucia will rename the Millennium Highway in honor of her impressive track record and to further cement the nation's reputation on the map. Gina Felipe, HTS News Force.
Commissioner of Police in the Turks and Caicos, Edwin Martin, has resigned for personal reasons. His resignation was accepted by Her Excellency Governor Deliani Daniel Selvaratnam on Thursday, November 21st, 2024, following a brief return to the Turks and Caicos Islands after a 6-week leave. Deputy Commissioner Fitz Bailey will serve as acting commissioner while a permanent recruitment process is initiated. More in this CVM News item.
Retired Jamaican Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey has been named as the acting commissioner for the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force, following the resignation of former Commissioner Edwin Martin, who has vacated the post after 7 months in office, citing personal reasons. Effective November 22, Deputy Commissioner Fitz-Bailey will act as commissioner on an interim basis, whilst a permanent recruitment process is taken forward. Having accepted Commissioner Martin's departure, Her Excellency Delaney Danielle Selvarantim, the governor of Turks and Caicos, said, quote, "She's confident Mr. Bailey is well placed to lead the force, drawing on his wealth of complex crime experience and strategic leadership," end quote. Bailey, who retired from the JCF in September, having served the Jamaica Constabulary Force for 40 years, was appointed as the temporary Deputy Commissioner of Police for the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands in October of this year.
Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs in Jamaica, Marlene Malahoo Fort, has urged government employees to reaffirm their commitment to their roles, highlighting their critical contribution to sustaining the state and democracy. More in this CVM News report with Britannia Witter.
The Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Marlene Malahoo Fort, called on government workers at a recent legislative policy development workshop to take their jobs more seriously, emphasizing that their commitment and diligence are crucial to the health of the country's democracy.
The essence of a republican form of government is a people-centered government. Res publica, from which republic is derived, is a property of the people. So, working in government is not about your private interest. It's not your personal fiefdom. It's about the public interest, and it's about serving the people. I think we need to be reminded of that.
Speaking to an audience of government workers, she underscored the importance of professionalism, accountability, and transparency in public service. The minister also stressed that those in public office should approach their roles with understanding that their actions contribute to the overall stability of the nation.
Government delivers its services through its agents. And many times, people are made to feel as if they are being done a favor in how they are served. And I see that it also happens internally.
The minister urged all civil servants to view their roles as more than just jobs, but as civic duty that strengthens the democratic framework. Britannia Witter, CVM News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
In association with our friends at
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
Illegal immigration from Canada to the United States has seen a staggering tenfold surge in just 2 years, with over 14,000 Indians arrested along the border in 2023. Indians now account for 60% of all arrests at this crossing. Economic struggles, long visa waits, and organized smuggling networks are driving this desperate migration. Smugglers exploit vulnerable migrants, while political tensions and extremism in Canada add to the crisis. With the U.S. already housing over 725,000 undocumented Indians, calls for effective immigration reform are growing louder as desperation fuels dangerous risks. More in this first post news item.
To Canada, where a startling trend is emerging at its border with the United States. Illegal immigration by Indians into the United States has skyrocketed to raising alarms on both sides. New data by the U.S. Border Patrol reveals that over 43,000 Indians were detained at the U.S.-Canada border. And during this period, approximately 10 Indians were arrested every single hour while attempting to cross into the United States.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection made over 14,000 arrests of Indian nationals attempting to cross the northern border over the past year. Indian nationals compose about 60% of all arrests made along the northern border, more than 10 times the number of arrests made 2 years ago.
Now the surge reflects a broader issue. In fact, Pew Research estimates over 725,000 undocumented Indians currently live in the United States, making them the third largest illegal immigrant population in the United States. But why are more Indians taking this perilous route as they leave Canada and head towards the United States? Experts point to a mix of factors, including political repression, rising extremism in Canada, and a long visa delay. In fact, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau even admitted that his government failed in cracking down on illegal immigration. Now, this comes almost 7 years after he promised to provide refuge to all asylum seekers coming into Canada.
Some saw that as a profit to game the system. We saw way too many large corporations do this. Looking back, when the post-pandemic boom cooled and businesses no longer needed the additional labor help, as a federal team, we could have acted quicker and turned off the taps faster.
Now, with more and more Indians fleeing Canada, Washington has put its borders on high alert. Moreover, as Donald Trump is poised to return to the White House, he's promising an aggressive crackdown on immigration. Led by his border czar, Tom Homan, Trump's team plans sweeping changes targeting both illegal crossings and Biden-era legal programs. And as the situation escalates, one question looms. Will the migrant crisis of the U.S.-Canada border dent bilateral relations between the two countries?
In a historic address to the National Assembly of Guyana on Thursday last, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized the importance of upholding the pillars of democracy and humanity. Speaking to both government and opposition members, Modi called for unity and collaboration to strengthen democratic governance and foster national development. HGP's Antonio Day was present at the 87th sitting of the National Assembly and provides this report on the key highlights and reactions to the Prime Minister's address.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during his inaugural address to the National Assembly on Thursday, said that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the economies of many countries were destabilized and severely impacted. It was through these unforeseen circumstances that developing and developed nations realized the importance of universal cooperation, Modi remarked. He implored on the government, opposition, and the world at large to uphold the pillars of democracy and put humanity first in times of difficulty.
In these circumstances, the best motto the world can follow today to move forward is democracy first, humanity first.
The Indian politician expounded that the mantra democracy first, humanity first teaches the methods of synergism and universal development. He noted that the countries cannot progress in silos, as developed states must work with developing states to become developed.
We must take everyone along and in doing so, become a partner in everyone's development. When we make humanity first the basis of our decisions, the results we obtain are always in the interest of mankind.
Prime Minister Modi posited that many countries are resources equipped, but their population suffers, all because the mantra of human resource building is not practiced or is deemed insignificant.
To build an inclusive society, there is no better system than democracy.
Irrespective of race, religion, or creed, a true democracy offers protection and respects the rights of citizens, Prime Minister Modi expressed.
Human-centric approach teaches us that every country is equally important and that the citizens of each country are equally important.
He recalled that during the COVID-19 pandemic, which was a global emergency, India aided over 150 countries with vaccines. This, he stressed, is a key example of how many countries that are better off economically must support other countries in a time of a crisis. Antonio De reporting for the HEP Nightly News.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.